Hello again, boys and girls. I've been dying to test this bike after the last test ride with the Royal Enfield Classic 350. Now we're taking out the 650. Man, I like that bike so much that I've thought to myself, we've got a plethora of bikes that we can test here, but I really wanted to test this. Basically, it's the same bike as the 350, but with a 650 2-liter parallel twin engine. So we'll just hop on because I'm really excited, as always. I'm excited about every bike that I'm test riding, but this one especially because since I tested the other one, I've been looking non-stop to Facebook adverts, eBay adverts, just to try to find one of these as cheap as possible. It's a 2025 model, this one, so they'll not come cheap. And even though they're cheap, we're gonna talk about pricing and everything else later. As always, we're here at Orwell's Motorcycles with our friends. Whoever is new on the channel, if you don't know, Always Motorcycle is based in Ipswich, Suffolk, England, and they've got all kinds of bikes. They have brand new bikes. They are dealing with KTM, Kawasaki, Suzuki, Royal Enfield, and they've got also a lot of used bikes, accessories, gear, helmets, basically everything that you can think of. And also they're doing servicing and MOTs. So if you are around, come down here. I'm gonna put some pictures, some videos, just to see how the shop looks, because it's just amazing. Let's hop on the bike now and see our first impressions and review this bike. We're starting with a bit of a town riding, and let's do so. Taking off from the traffic light, it's a lot easier than with the previous 350 that we've tested. This is one of the main things that I wanted to test in principle, the fact that this bike with a parallel twin cylinder engine, it's gonna be a lot better with that than the 350, because it punches a bit more power, especially when you're with a pillion. It helps a lot, even when you're doing town riding or out of town riding. Obviously, it's nothing crazy in terms of power with this one as well. But anyway, it's a lot better in terms of power. City riding is very easy, as it was with the 350 as well. Really easy, nothing to complain about. And I really think that this bike, it's a lot better than the 350 in a lot of ways. There is one thing that I don't like, but we'll discuss about that later. Look at this. You can feel those two cylinders pulling differently, a lot more gruntier. You know, it has a lot more grunt from down low. Obviously, it has 46 horsepower and 52 Newton meter of torque compared to the 20 horsepower of the 350. As you see, town riding is really easy. But one thing that I would say is definitely feeling heavier than the 350. We've got here 243 kilograms compared to 197, so it's 50 kilograms more, and I can definitely feel that. Not in a bad way, don't get me wrong, you can still ride it, and as soon as you move, you can't feel the weight. It's really nice. I'm trying to understand now the steering. When we're gonna go out of town, I'm gonna be able to test it out more, and I'm gonna be able to tell a lot more than I am now. Now it was just something that I wanted to tell you about city riding, because that's important as well. Probably a lot of people will be taking this bike and commute through the city, or doing like very small rides. So we'll be back in a second with the other things. Mirrors are exactly the same as on the 350, so no complaints on that. They don't vibrate almost at all. I'm very happy with that. And the vibrations through the pegs and through the handlebars as well, they are there, don't get me wrong, but it's not something that it's annoying me. I think it's part of the character of this bike. I must say that the power on the bike, the engine suits this bike a lot better than the 350. I was keep saying with the 350 that the motor suits the bike, but this one it's even better because it punches a bit of power, and especially when you've got a pillion,
You can ride it more spiritedly, let's say, even though this bike is not to be ridden like that. This bike is not about this. I don't know what's happening to me. Maybe it's because my age or something is happening to me, because I'm starting to have a very soft spot for these bikes. Let's talk about suspension, because suspension was very, very cushy on the 350, whereas this one it's a lot more firm. If there was a classic suspension on the front and twin shock on the back, this suspension is made by Showa, and it's definitely a lot more stiffer. Thank you. It's definitely a lot more stiffer than on the 350. I can feel it. The road is not very good. It's exactly those B roads type of roads, the English B roads, which is perfectly for this bike. But the suspension, it's a bit stiffer. Probably the preload on the back can be adjustable. I haven't looked yet. If it is adjustable, you can make it a bit cushier. But one thing to bear in mind, being a bit stiffer, it can corner a lot better than the 350, if that's what you're looking for. The engine is very elastic as well. We can go in even in 5th gear with 30 miles per hour, but I've just put it in 4th now because I think it's a bit better. It keeps the RPM just a tad higher, so it feels better. Gearbox the same, very nice and smooth. It's not the fastest gear changes ever, but very nice and smooth, no complaints about that. Very nice clunk when you put it in first, and very nice feel when you upshift and when you downshift. The clutch is really light as well, and the same as the 350. I like the shape of it, and I really like the overall look of the dash. Everything is metallic, but we're gonna talk about that in the walk around. Okay, we're going into a 60 miles per hour zone, and let's do a bit of acceleration. So we're in 4th. You can already 60 miles per hour. You can already feel that twin engine. It's a lot better than the single cylinder engine on the 350. The comfort, I think it's exactly the same as on the 350. Maybe the seat, it's a bit stiffer. It doesn't have that much. It's not as thick as the on the 350, but I can't complain about that. And so my wife, she can't complain. That she's saying actually that the seat is absolutely the same, but she does feel the suspension being a bit stiffer as well. I don't know if the road it's a bit worse than the other roads that we've been in the past video, but definitely the suspension it's a bit harder. The brakes. The braking, the front brake, well, it's got only a single disc, a 320mm disc on the front, and same as on the 350, I think it should have had 2. It's not that it's bad, but it's not good either. The back brake, look at this, the back it's stopping a lot. It has a lot more power than the front, definitely. So the first thing that I'm doing is put the back first. Yeah, definitely the back brake is a lot better than the front. So I think they could have done better and put another disc on the front, and just have a bit more power to brake. Cornering on this bike, I think it gives me, I'm a bit more confident than the 350. Okay, let's turn here. We'll just go like that. I don't know why, but I'm a bit more confident than on the 350. Let's do another acceleration. Woo! I like that a lot. Now that it's a bit in higher RPM, you can feel the vibes through the seat, but nothing to be worried about, as I was saying. Yeah, cornering is really nice and easy. It feels pretty planted. I mean, it's no sports bike, don't get me wrong, but it's very easy to maneuver it. It's very easy to tip in a corner, to put it in a corner. So no complaints in that regard. We're gonna stop now. We're gonna do the walk around. I'm gonna present you the bike and tell you some specs, even though I mostly told pretty much all of the specs, but I'm gonna show you around because this bike is beautiful. And this bike anyway is not about specs. It's not about how much power it punches. It's not about how good it stops. It's just about how it makes you feel while riding it through these kind of roads. And believe me, the feeling is a very special one.
And here it is, boys and girls, 2025 Royal Enfield Classic 650. I'm really happy they came out with a 650 version of this bike, because honestly the 350, it's a bit underpowered. It does have a lot of character, that bike, as I was saying in the previous video, but the 650 is just the perfect amount of power and pull to be able to slide, to go for long rides, to have a pillion with you, to have the bags. Obviously you can do that with that bike as well, but it cannot sustain motorway speeds of 70-75 miles per hour, or maybe if in Europe, definitely can't go 130 kilometers per hour. Speaking of the engine, let me show you how this beautiful exhaust sounds. Let's put the ignition on, start the bike, and let's have a look at this. I just love those small pops and bangs that the exhaust does. It's just brilliant. Let me show you this beautiful engine on this bike first, because it is really beautiful. I think Royal Enfield has done something beautiful with the latest bikes, with the latest range. I mean, look at the quality of this. I don't know how reliable they are, and I don't know how long they're gonna be able to stay in this condition. But if you're asking me now, seeing this kind of quality, I think they will last for a very long time. Obviously, it's a bit hard to maintain all of this chrome exhaust, chrome engine, everything is chrome here. But if you're gonna spend some time every weekend, after every couple of rides, to polish them out a bit, I think they're gonna be staying like that for a very long time. I mean, it's just a masterpiece. Look at this. And the quality of the paint as well, I like it. Everything about this bike is spot on. I wouldn't have expected that. I was saying with the previous 350 as well, that when you've told me about Royal Enfield, yeah, it was back in the 50s and the 60s, all the English guys racing these bikes. There was such a vibe with everything, but then the company has become Indian, and I really didn't think much of it, because the Indians are making a lot of bikes in like millions and millions. I was thinking that this is not gonna be something that it's gonna be quality, but believe me, it's such a quality bike. Come around this side as well. I like a lot the front of the bike as well, and also now let me start the bike. We're in gear now. We've got LED. We've got LED headlight, and I think it looks brilliant. I think it combines very good the classic look of the bike with the modern tech that is available now for the new bikes. If you're gonna come around here, I'm gonna show you the dash. It's very classic. It's very analog. They've got something else compared to the 350. They've got a small sat nav that you can connect to your phone, built with Google, if you see there, and it's gonna show you some arrows. It has a built-in sat nav. Obviously, like with the other one, we've got an analog clock with gear indicator, with a small digital clock, fuel, trip, gear indicator, clock as well, which is very handy. But one thing that I like over the 350 is the switches as well, the switch gear. Everything is just, I don't know if you can hear it, but everything about it is metal. This is metal, like proper metal. Obviously the handlebar is metal, and this finish, this chrome finish on the yoke here as well, is just unbelievably good. In terms of quality, I was not expecting that. I must say that I was not expecting that. The seat, the seat on the of the pillion, I think it's a bit smaller than the 350, but nothing to complain about that. Let's hop on the bike now. We've got 800 millimeter seat height, so you can flat foot the bike. I'm 5'8" or 178 centimeter, so you can flat foot the bike with no problem. I'm just gonna put it in gear so it will not go downhill. One thing that I will say that I've got a problem with it, it doesn't mean that you're gonna have a problem with it, maybe I'm just not used to it, is the fact that I'm always hitting my legs in the foot pegs. It's just maybe how it's positioned. Probably on my Ninja they are a lot like they are backwards a bit, so probably that's why. But I found it very difficult, especially when I'm stopping. I'm putting my legs here and I'm just hitting my leg all the time in both ways. And one more thing that I don't like is the fact that the side stand, the kickstand, if you're gonna come around this side, obviously when you wanna retract it, I'm gonna hit first the foot peg. It's pretty hard, the spring there is very hard, and then here you're gonna touch the exhaust first. You have to be very gentle and it's very hard to put it back on. It's a thing that you can get used to it obviously, but I think they could have done it just a bit better. Would I buy it? I would definitely buy one of these. Do I have the money to buy it now? Definitely not. So Royal Enfield, if you hear me, I want one of these. Even if it's gonna be for testing for more than a couple of weeks or so, I want one of these. They're just so nice. Let me hop on the bike now and I will invite my wife as well, just to show you how the pillion looks in the back of this bike. So this is how it looks with two person on this bike. How do you feel about it? Do you feel that it's different than the 350? Do you feel it's the same? Do you like it more, or is it just absolutely the same for you?
The seat, I believe, is the same. I was just thinking about the suspension you mentioned as well. So yeah, maybe it's a bit more stiff than the 351, but I like it very much. And yeah, I can feel that it's got more power, which yeah, I believe it's better.
Well, it's better because you can carry away a bit more weight. So if you're gonna go traveling around the world with it, it's gonna be a lot easier to go around with this bike.
This bike is such a vibe, so I would absolutely love to own one of these as my second bike. And my wife there in the back, she agrees with me. It's just such a nice feeling, such a nice vibe riding this bike. Especially this is a very British weather and a very British roads here. It's just perfect, man. It's just perfect. I'd love to have one of these. I hope you liked it, and I hope you enjoyed it as much as as we've done actually, because both of us have enjoyed this bike a lot. So please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and share the video, like the video. That's gonna help me a lot. And I want to say a massive thank you to everybody that subscribed to my channel. I finally hit the 1,000 subscribers mark, so that makes me really happy. It makes my work feel I feel appreciated, and that's a very nice feeling. So obviously, as always, I'm waiting you in the comment section with whatever comment that you might have about the bike, about myself, or about anything else. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!